Hi guys, it's Maaike. Today I'm back with the used Don't Hoard Your Stash number 21 and I made a Passionflower from paper. And here's the card I made. Pretty, eh? And I've pulled out this Joycrafts die set. It's called Passionflower plus 6002 1242. That's their numbering. And I went with the image on the packaging. And also have packed some colored paper. And white for the center, because that's 3 colors in one. And I also looked a little bit on the internet, but there were so many different kinds. I thought I would just go with my gut. So first what I do, it's a new set. I got it second hand, but for me it's new. It's not new. In fact, you can find it. It's already discounted. But what I do to put them in my stash is write down the name, the number, and how many pieces of dies there are. And then I stick them on my magnet sheet. And well, I count the pieces. Sometimes there's many more. Like with my the cats, there were 21, 23 pieces. And yeah, you have to keep track of them. I also have one of those needle holders that's magnetic. I'll show that in a minute. That could be helpful for you. Yeah, that's the name from the seller. You should put that on the envelope and then wrote her name on it. But you can't see, but I can because it's indented. Doesn't matter. That's how I keep them, organized in my stash. And this is the center with all the frills that is purple and red. So I kinda traced it around the die and pulled out 2 colors of Memento, grape jelly and rhubarb stalk, and an ink blender, which I think is way too big. And then I just put on some purple. I thought it was better to do it before die cutting because it's very dainty and fragile, I would say. But after I die cut it, I thought there wasn't enough purple, so I went back and put some more on it, and it was actually fine. So and this red, it's maybe not dark enough, but it's the darkest I have. Maybe aged mahogany would have worked as well from distressed ink, but I went with Memento. So I'm trying to darken it up with purple a little bit. That worked. See, this is the magnetic holder for your needles. So you can buy it at any sewing supplier. And usually my needles live on there, but if you don't have magnet sheets or wonder where your magnets or your dies go during your project, that might be a solution for you. I made a card front and I die cut a circle with this stitch. That's for me, it's from Marianne design, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to emboss later the sentiment on it because it's dark. But I thought that would look like a shrub, and maybe a bit more masculine or gender neutral. And I'm putting it together with glue and with foam. And I'm just thinking maybe you can curve all the leaves and stuff if you really wanted to, but it was a bit too much for me. There's not a lot of dimension this way, but I thought that yeah, you can't put foam tape behind there, so I'll just bend it forward a little bit. But I'll go and look at more pictures of passionflowers. And my cardstock is not the same size, so I will cut it off later. That's okay. And then I thought maybe I should put that as well. I cut it out to make it stand out. What I did to make it stand out is use foam tape on the bigger panel, but 2 layers maybe would have been better, because I don't think you can actually see there's any dimension. But yeah, you live and learn. It was already stuck. I wasn't going to try and take it off, to be honest. And yeah, just putting little bits of glue. Sometimes I put the double-sided tape behind it, but because I wanted to bend them up and forward and stuff, I didn't want it to be glue everywhere, of course. So for my sentiment, I'm using the Bitty birthday wishes from My Favorite Things, and I'm using the sentiment not older, just better, because I thought that was funny. And I'm using Versamagic ink to stamp it, and then metallic silver regular. I also have the Paper Mania Superfine Silver, but I think they're actually the same size. So Wow powders are already super fine, usually, to start with, even if they're called regular. Does that make sense? No. So I look at the pots and I think, yeah, I think they're the same. So I'm using Wow, because I like Wow. Paper Mania was a brand that my local craft store used to sell. And they had lots of, they can't decide on a brand, I think, but they have different ones. So I have different ones, but I prefer Wow. So it doesn't matter which one you use. If you have other brands and they work fine for you, just use them. So I'm trying to show you how it melts nice and funny, and burn my finger in the process, but look at you. Yeah, that was hot. So I put foam tape on the back, and as I say, 2 layers maybe would have been smarter, but yeah, it makes it harder to mail, doesn't it? So I also didn't want to do that, but now it doesn't show up as much as I thought it would for some reason, and maybe just because the thickness of the paper, I don't know, but I like the green. If it were a white circle, it would really stand out, but the darker color actually shows your flower better, I think. And it kind of looks like it's one panel again. And yeah, what I didn't consider is that this linen cardstock from a Dutch brand that is retired to Portugal, but doesn't matter. But of course it has a direction, and I put it on a slant, and it was stuck already, so also I wasn't gonna go there. But if that bothers you, look at it before. I just looked at the flower, not at the paper, so I didn't even look at the stitches, so if they were lining up. So shame on me. But see, you can't see the dimension. That was what I was worried about, but fine. So that was all for today. Thank you for watching. I will see you again soon. And let's see. Bye.